You know, the finger length routine, every time I hear it, I think of that movie number 23 with the character Fingerling for some reason.
I haven't seen the movie, but
It can also be used as an attraction routine. It establishes hand touching immediately and gets her curious while setting.
But you know, this is also something that it's actually, you know, it's based on some scientific fact in that when you're in the womb and have more testosterone, that the finger that we describe in this routine is actually ends up a little bit longer. You know, on guys you're going to find it more often than girls, but it is based on some scientific fact at least.
yeah, and again, as we've said, it's the kind of thing that shows you're somehow knowledgeable. You know, I mean, women do tend to like intelligent guys, and it's showing you know something that they didn't know. And it allows you to touch their hands in a sort of sensuous way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the whole touching thing.
Yeah, the touching
very
thing's
important,
key.
yeah.
You got to get the key. There
You
it
know,
is.
that's a lot of the things that we show on the video do show you how to initiate touching with a girl. A lot of guys,
Yeah, you see
it's on
guys
their
in the
mind
bar,
and they just don't know how to initiate.
They're
And
not touching.
if you don't, that's the thing. A lot of guys, Ray, that they don't really remember is that if they don't touch a girl at least a little bit initially in the interaction, and it goes on like that for a while,
In the
it then
friend zone.
becomes awkward
Yeah.
for the girl when you do touch her in that way.
Yeah.
So it is very important to have routines like this in your pocket ready to go, just for that kind of thing.
You know, it's worth elaborating on this whole issue of touch, and that, you know, even if you are talking to a girl and you've sort of forgotten these routines, or, you know, you're just starting out and you can't remember one of the touching routines, the simple rule to remember is when a girl laughs or is like smiling at something you said, that's a great time to touch. That's the most natural way that people touch each other in
That's
conversation.
right. She's going to be way more receptive to a light touch because that's what usually girls do. If you watch girls from a distance interacting in a bar, you will notice that often, whenever their body language gets exaggerated, the girls nearby them will touch them in
right.
certain ways. And it's also good to observe girls from a distance that way before approaching right away, because then you also get a chance to see what their normal modes are and whether a girl is more reserved and doesn't want to be touched, or a girl who's open to having people touch her. You know, not necessarily that we're describing it for this routine, but it is something that you can do to help you, you know, more comfortably be able to initiate this if you're not used to it.
And the other thing to remember is if any guy who watches this feels like uncomfortable with it, you know, you got to think of it as that being your culture. Some families, kids are brought up where they're always touching each other, and that just extends to whoever they meet. So, you know, you just got to make touching your culture, as it were.
Girly and feminine. You probably like pink and had an easy bake oven, right? You'll be a good mom.
What's an easy bake oven?
An easy bake oven is one of those tiny little plastic ovens that actually works that you make cookies with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of girls, especially if they grew up in the 80s, they would know what that means.
That's a good point to bring up. One of the things that we do a lot in this video is bring up things that are like from their childhood, and women love that.